Ladies and gentlemen, gamers, hello and welcome to the channel. I want to wish everybody a happy new year, and what a great year it's going to be for the community. We have the beta right around the corner. We have the game fully launching in February, and I've been thinking a lot about different features that Relic can add over time. I recently released a video on training mode, but for this week I want to talk about tournament mode. And I have a screenshot over here of a game called Metal Gear Solid 4 Online. This game was released in 2008 on PlayStation 3, and they were able to integrate tournament mode better than most games do in 2022. Unfortunately, it's very sad to admit that. But essentially, you would have players signing up as a team, competing in an event in these brackets you can see here. Each match would progress to a tournament screen. You'd have team 1 against team 2. You'd have the round of the match, and then you'd have the map type and game type. So for Co3, I was thinking that this could be an incredible feature to help really build the multiplayer community. And essentially what you would have are weekly tournaments, completely integrated into the client for simplicity. I think simplicity is key to help players sign up and compete. This would be once a week, so every Saturday, for example. And what this is really going to do is build the social community and social aspect of the game. And you would have events every Saturday. Let's say you have 2v2 events, 3v3 events, 4v4 events, victory point condition game type, or let's say last man standing. Basically a different theme of the week, right? A different flavor of the week that players could choose to play or choose not to play. And I think what makes this so fun in terms of the social dynamic is that players can play the standard multiplayer on a weekly basis, let's say Monday through Friday, as a group with their friends and their teams, in anticipation of an event on Saturday. So let's say there's a 4v4 event on a Saturday. Players Monday through Friday, as a team, as a group, can train and compete in the multiplayer mode on the ladder, preparing their strategies for the event itself. And I just think this adds such a dynamic and fun competitive component for the whole community to participate in. And essentially what you would have is a in-game currency, like let's say gold, for example, that players accumulate playing the standard multiplayer. And they could use this gold to purchase admission into the event itself. So teams can play multiplayer together, practice together, use their in-game currency they've accumulated to participate in the event, and they could compete once a week. Now, these events would have unique items, and these unique items would be specifically unique to the events themselves. So players could win prizes such as skins, badges, let's say icons, player profile pictures, things of that nature that are completely unique to basically participating in the event itself. So other players on a weekly basis in standard multiplayer can see that you competed in this event and that you hit a certain milestone. You achieved a certain quest. And I think that's so cool because it once again builds upon that social dynamic of the game where you're being rewarded for saving up currency, in-game currency, for competing in the event and either accomplishing a quest or achieving an amazing feat, right? Like making it to the semifinals or winning a tournament event, right? Like you should be rewarded for that, and you should have a certain status through a prize or player icon. So I think that would be incredible to see, and that could all be done in the game store or in the game client. And then lastly, guys, we have spectator mode. So this would be the same idea, but if players don't want to necessarily pay for an event that week or participate that week, they could choose to just watch the event for free. And this could be for new players who are really interested in this competitive event but don't want to compete or don't want to pay for it. They could say, hey, let's just watch this week and like learn from the event and enjoy spectating. Let's say there's not an esport co-event for that week. Players can watch co-competitive play throughout the week regardless. So I think this would be so fun to see. And I want to talk about community benefits because I feel like there are several benefits to the community across the board. And let's start with social play. So we talked about this, but basically this is allowing friends and teams to come together, build that camaraderie, and really build upon that team dynamic to allow players to prepare with each other, compete with each other, in an environment that they would never experience unless they were top esport players. And I would love to see all players of all skill levels and all leagues be able to compete in these events, because it's just such a fun part of esports and multiplayer itself. Casters, I think casters can benefit a lot from this because they're going to have more content to create and games to cast on a weekly basis, to follow the community and help players become noticed, and really build the notoriety in the community. And also, what would be fantastic to see is a customization to the game client where casters can put on their own events, right? Let's say Skippy or AE Co, or Helping Hans. Any content creator can come and say, we're gonna host this event, and it's all streamlined in the game client, and we're gonna cast it, and we're gonna put up a prize pool, and it's gonna have their own unique items, let's say, in collaboration with Relic or not. There's so many things you can do, but it can really just benefit players and casters in multiple ways. And then content, guys, it's just going to add a lot more content creation for content creators on YouTube, for casters, for players to consume if they want to not necessarily download a replay, but follow the weekly event. And I just feel like there is so many different ways that this could bring the community together in a really dynamic way. So I hope you guys like this idea and this game mode. This is one that's real close to my heart. I hope Relic sees this and can implement this over time. But go ahead and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is this something you'd like to see or not? I would love to hear your feedback.